Queen.
And I'm Shonda.
I'm Heather.
And I'm Lonnie.
Welcome to ShoppeCast. What's going on, y'all? Happy Sunday.
Yes. Happy Sunday. Yeah, the Browns won and everything.
Yes, did win.
Cheers to them.
Okay.
Our Browns doing their thing.
I'm happy for you guys.
Right.
We appreciate the support.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't
real
watch football.
sarcastic.
It was sarcastic. But our quote today is, you only have control of 3 things in your life. The thoughts you think, the images you visualize, and the actions you take.
Amen.
Yes.
That's a good one.
The
Very
actions
good
you
one.
take.
And today we have a guest speaker with us.
We do.
Her name is Miss Heather Taylor.
Hey. Heather.
Heather used to work with us at the studio as a hairstylist.
Yeah.
And she transitioned into nursing. So that's one of the reasons why we chose to have her as our special guest today.
Yay.
We're going to touch on a few subjects. You want to start off, Heather?
Sure. What do you want me to start off with?
Well, tell us how long you've been doing hair.
Right.
Okay, well, I've been a licensed hairstylist since '04, so it's been a minute.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
16 years?
Yeah. And I've been a nurse officially since 2012.
Oh,
So it's kind of been a minute for that too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's been, I've known these guys for a minute now. So,
What made you go from being a hairstylist to nursing?
so funny for me, I would say I think that from what I hear, my reasonings were different than most people's reasoning because I'd never struggled financially doing hair. So it wasn't something to where I was looking for money. What I was looking for was health insurance because to pay your health insurance out of pocket is more than a notion.
That's a reason.
Especially if you have
Right.
kids.
And you know, you can get certain nursing jobs where you can just work 2 days a week and you get the full package of
Okay.
benefits.
Yeah.
So I had that time at the time.
Mhm.
I didn't have kids. Ironically got pregnant as soon as I started school, but that was the plan. And I also was looking for a retirement.
The plan was for you to get pregnant?
No, the plan.
Oh, okay. I was just...
No. Wah, wah. But no. I also didn't have, I was like, well, what am I going to do when I retire? Like, how am I going to save that money? Yeah, so I was like, well, I could do both because I had the time.
Mm-hmm.
And, once the actual child came along, I did not have the time to do both. And it just was a thing where in order to make money in the beauty industry, you have to be there, you have to be present. And you also, as much as we like to think we make our schedule, we don't. It revolves around the clients. If they're late, we're late. If you had something to do, it doesn't matter. It gets all thrown off. So it did help me at first to just have a set schedule.
Yeah.
But I wasn't happy, as the years went on. I wasn't happy. I'm not a corporate America type person. I don't like rules. I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it. So I'm back doing hair and everything's just fine. I mean, I'm still a nurse. I work when I feel like it. I work 2 days a week, well, really a day and a half. I'm present there, but I mean, I'm there maybe 5 hours one day, 3, 4 the next. Not enough to where I'm attached to anything or anybody. So it's, now I enjoy it a lot more because I have the freedom to say, okay, I'm here today, but I'm not coming back for 2 weeks.
Right, you have control.
Right.
Control is a big part.
I can honestly say I started out in corporate America before I started doing hair, and it gave me structure.
Absolutely.
I agree
It gave
with
me
that.
structure.
It will, because it will teach you to run your business like it's a job.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So when I say structure, I'm talking about time-wise too, like
Discipline.
because I was used to punching a clock from 8 to 5 or 9 to 5. It wasn't hard for me to do those same hours at the salon, and I think that's very important in our industry, which is missed when you're in college school. But also, I didn't like the others. I don't know if we could be racist on here. This is my show. I don't like white people.
Not just my show.
Okay, I don't know if that's appropriate. Because let me tell you something about corporate America. My problems are more with us than the others.
Really?
So,
Really?
yeah. Oh, Oh yeah,
Wow.
by far.
You
So-
know we don't
crazy.
know how
I
to
think it's
act. Look,
everybody.
you know we don't know how to act.
It's everybody. It's all people.
Yeah.
But I will say, depending on the situation and the job and the field that you're in, you can have some extremely racial.
Experience.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And that's just from my brother
And-
being in corporate America. I know that.
I remember the last corporate job I had, because I got walked off of several jobs. But anyways, the last one I had, you know,
I'm over here like,
I
okay.
actually, you know, let her know, like, I feel like you racist. And the first thing she said out of her mouth was, I'm not racist, I have black friends.
Oh, yeah.
What does that even
Oh,
mean?
my goodness. Well,
See,
I'm gonna take
it always goes sideways somewhere.
Not only
try
that,
to be
but your
cool
black
with
friend
it.
usually ain't really
Right.
a black friend. But
That's actually the
Facts
worst
of
thing you
life.
can say
usually-
to
Like,
a,
what does
a
that
black
mean?
person. Yeah. Yeah. You're guilty when
Like,
you
you
say
know
that.
what?
What do you
You're
mean?
right.
Look, you
That's
never
a
mind.
Karen
Real.
statement.
I take my
Yeah.
statement back and
That's a Karen statement.
Jesus. I have a black friend. Well, I can honestly say, I probably tipped my toe in the corporate America hot for a hot second. I learned very quickly that it wasn't for me. But like she said, it does give you structure. But I mean, I just was raised that way, and she wasn't gonna let me be anything but on point. But I definitely agree with that as far as the discipline and structure. And maybe some people need to go to like a
I believe it'll give you
class
some good structure
or like work somewhere
before you
else.
step into entrepreneurship because
it especially helps with like customer service.
Yeah,
I feel
absolutely.
like looking back, things that clients would do that would bother me, it doesn't bother me now. You know, I can really recover any situation. I'm real good at like, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Right.
yeah.
But or you know, maybe we
You
can
say
do
that
this
to the
another
clients
time.
or the patients?
Like clients, that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. Like having to do it with the patients in a
Yeah.
certain way helps
Yeah.
with the clients. You know, because you're taught a certain way of like service recovery and customer service, and it's helpful now. Like things that used to bother me in the past, being young and being a hairstylist, they don't bother me anymore.
Okay.
So
I was gonna say, like, so when you are like my age, you know what I'm saying, where I'm
Which
to
I'm
the
not that
point
far
where,
off from your
shut up.
age.
Oh, I thought you were saying something. Where I'm to the point where what's the name of Kevin Hart show? No fucks
no,
given.
well, yeah.
That's
She
where I
is
am.
this close to telling these people how she really feels.
Well, I will say this time around, I am more of a no fucks given, whereas before I used to be like, oh my God, that's money. Now I'm like, all money ain't good money.
Absolutely.
Let it go. If we're not
To hell with
gonna
you.
click
Right.
together,
Right.
then
That's
I
not
don't.
the stylist
yeah.
for you. It's another
Yeah.
stylist out here for you. It
I'm
ain't
not
me.
the stylist
Simple
You
as
have
that.
to get there though. Don't
You do.
misunderstand.
I've been
You have
there.
to get there because you can't come straight out of school with that attitude.
Mm-mm.
You can't. You have to build relationships, build a clientele, be comfortable in your craft and good at it as
Yeah,
well.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of control from there. You know
What you're gonna do and what
right?
you're not
Exactly.
gonna do.
Because she's right. All money is not good money, and when you're doing something you're passionate about, you don't want it to become
Tainted
Stressful.
by
Yes.
other people's
Yeah.
You want to start
experience.
hating your job.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Speaking of money, so did you miss the fast money of making money every day?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes.
That's the scary
But-
Good question, Lonnie.
Yes, I did. And it's like funny because I was telling my mother the other day, like, it's a rush to know, like, this was one day and I'm walking out of here with $500-600
Man.
in my hand.
It's a rush.
Whereas before I had to wait 2 weeks for
to
it
get
to
a check,
yeah, to
and
get
then
it,
you see
yeah.
the money get took out of the check.
Well,
like,
I'm not gonna touch on that because I do pay my taxes. But yeah, it's definitely, and to know that you did, it's something that you did yourself. You know, like
Yeah.
you can't control my hourly. No matter how much work like being a nurse piles on you, you're still gonna get the same 30 whatever dollars an hour. Whereas I can control to a certain extent what I'm gonna make in an hour.
Right.
So
Right.
it's a yes.
Right. But on the flip side, that's a guaranteed check you
I
got
was gonna
every
say.
2 weeks
That's
because
true,
Even if
too.
you
in
call
our
off.
industry, you know, we don't know from one day to the next, from 1 week to the next, the money we're gonna make. We can have it in our appointment book
Yeah.
that this is the money we're gonna
Yeah,
make.
but
You know,
you can have a whole day that cancel.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly,
People cancel,
exactly.
or you
So
can
you
get
do
sick,
have
something come
a
up, you can't go to
security
work.
of a paycheck
Yeah.
in corporate
That's a
America.
benefit.
Also,
You do, but
definitely
at the
benefit.
same, like for example, my father was always self-employed, so I kind of watched mistakes that he made and learned early on to be a better steward over my finances than I think most hairstylists, because like to get some G's a week and not go to the mall and think like, oh, I'll make this all back next week. That's just human nature, you know. So to like have to learn to pay your bills and stuff first, like, thank God, by the grace of God, like I've always been okay.
Right.
So but I learned by watching some other people make mistakes to have sense with your finances, put something up for a rainy day. When you do have a good week, don't blow it, you know.
right.
Do as much as you can to secure things in advance. One thing that I have learned as a result of like the pandemic and stuff like that is that I was not into before was like cancellation fees, deposits. I wasn't doing any of that before. I was just like, I'm not gonna do that to people. Now I'm doing that to people.
Yeah.
So,
And
cause
you're doing it because not so much for the money per se, but I think I'm doing it
it's your
because
time.
we have been restricted with the amount of clients that we can take
Right.
out. You know what I'm saying?
So you
Before,
have to
if I
figure
had a
out that.
cancellation, I could probably replace it with somebody else.
Yeah.
But now they put the restriction on us of one client at a time. So if I schedule you and I'm only doing one client at a time, I gave you that slot. If you cancel, I can't make that money up now. You know what I'm saying? The restrictions are ridiculous on our industry, which is a whole nother subject. But I'm so glad you mentioned your responsibility when it comes to your finances in our industry, because we had touched on that before, remember, ladies?
Yes.
And because there weren't people that weren't responsible with their finances in our industry, when he announced a shutdown, they took a hit, a major hit. So, we're going to flip it again. If they had a paycheck in corporate America, it wouldn't have affected them. But it's hard in our industry if you don't have any concept of money management to be successful.
I feel like that should be a part of school.
Now, don't get me wrong. You can have millions of clients and make millions of dollars. But if you don't know how to manage the money,
It
won't
so
matter.
successful.
no, and it'll come very, very.
And you're always gonna be in like that stressful spot.
Right.
If I gotta
Well,
make
you don't have
and
clients.
then you really be mad when the client cancel
Right.
in. Like, I need
Because
to
we
pay
have slow
$100.
periods. Like our industry isn't always booked all the time.
Winter
Like, it's
seasons.
definitely slow periods.
Christmas time is
where
always
people
slower.
aren't really
Yeah.
right before the income tax hit.
Christmas time is not slow.
It's after. It's
It's
right
after.
after.
It's
Yeah.
after that.
From
After
January.
New Year.
Oh yeah.
From January to income tax is like
Yeah.
dead. Like you
Yes,
don't want to
for
quit.
sure.
And it's like
And
income tax,
honestly,
prom,
from
wedding season.
September to the holidays, we're
It's a little
slow.
slow.
Mhm.
We're
Just a
slow
little.
too,
Yeah.
because people are getting ready to
Yeah,
send their kids back to school or whatever.
Yeah.
Just it's right after summer and they're
We didn't
getting
have
prepared.
They ain't going out of
homecoming
town
this
no
year.
more.
We didn't have
Right,
homecoming this year.
exactly.
Yeah.
Couldn't make that
Right.
money.
Right.
You didn't even have back to school really.
Didn't have back to
Oh,
school
yeah.
either. Yeah.
Right, right,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
right. But I also want to discuss, Heather, there has been rumor, and I don't know because I'm not a nurse and never dreamed to be one, that there are similarities between the two industries.
That's not
Hairstyle.
rumor. That's true.
Yeah, that's
You have to
true.
learn the same stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to ever work in a
Well,
hospital.
you learned it without even knowing that's what you were learning. Like we have to learn the
Anatomy
anatomy
of
and
the
the
whole
infection
body.
control.
I'm just saying, for me personally, when I was in hair
All that.
school,
I wouldn't
I
say
wasn't
we
in the back of
going
my
to-
mind
to
like,
death.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I would.
So
I could
I
be a
mean,
nurse too.
No, well, like I would say the similarity is like in the psychological aspect of it.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
as a stylist, and I'm sure as a nail tech also, people tell you everything. Like they tell
Absolutely.
you the deepest, darkest details of their life. Whereas being a nurse, people don't necessarily tell you, but you have access to it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it's very similar. Like before I became a nurse, I really used to be like, why are people telling me this?
Yeah.
Like what? Why? Like, and when I tell you, people have told me some stuff. People have told me some stuff.
They will tell
Like
you
some
without
very
you even-
deep, heavy
It could be
stuff.
the first
Right.
appointment with you ever. You
Yes.
be like,
Yeah.
whoa!
Right.
don't
Like
know
why are from telling
She
me.
don't know you.
Yeah, from.
I'd be like, I'm coming back. I can't wait to see you again.
You my
Yeah.
sister.
Right.
I'm gonna have to schedule at a different part of
my
the
desk
day.
account for sure. But yeah, people will
Cause,
tell you some stuff, and you're just like, what am I supposed to do with this information? Like, and you take it with you, and it's the same being a nurse.
Yeah.
So it's like you unfortunately take on all that stuff that people tell you just because that's how energy transfer just kind of works. So it can be draining in the same exact way, because you're just like, I just want to do your hair.
Right.
Whereas you're just like, I just want to be your nurse.
Yeah.
I don't want to, like, hold your hand while you're dying. But it's the same way being a hairstylist. Like, how many people have we seen come to the shop, have their kids die, have
And
somebody,
Deal
family
with real
member,
life
They're
stuff.
patients
yes,
too.
they're patients too,
Yeah.
and to a
Get their
certain
hair done.
extent. So
I
it's
gotta
We're the hair nurse.
right.
I always saw it in Heather. True story. We were at work one day at the salon.
Hey, but I was
no.
quiet in school at that time.
You were in
So,
school.
yeah, I was in school, so don't come for me. I was in
A
school.
client,
Right.
nothing was wrong with her. She was like handicapped. That's what it was. She was handicapped. But Heather,
Why you have me laughing
her
at
nursing
somebody
skills
being
like kicked in, and the lady, like, I guess she had like a
She looked like she was
twitch
having
or
a stroke.
something. Right, a stroke. And Heather like, code 5.
You
Man, I didn't know what was going on.
Oh my God! I'm looking like, oh my God. what's
Okay,
going
but my client was a nurse and she seen it too. So it
Y'all was both on alert, huh?
Yep,
I
we
was
both
ready.
jumped up. So
Was
You
the
never
lady
know what
okay?
happened at the shop, okay?
She was
Right.
She was okay.
she was
She
okay.
was okay. She was
Was it
okay.
sugar low?
No, she
Okay.
just like had a twitch.
She had a switch. That's what it was.
But we didn't know her, so we didn't
Well, it's
know.
good to know that you're ready to save a life
Ready,
at any
ready,
given moment.
ready.
I like to hear it.
And then after she resuscitated her, she went right back to curling hair. Okay, so.
That's what the shop is, 2 for 1. You can get anything you need.
Right.
Medical,
Life support,
okay, and
hair done.
washing machine, a dryer.
Hello, I say CVS coming
Wait,
through.
if it's Shonda a
Bath and
TV.
Body Works. Hey. Furniture. Listen.
You get it all.
Right.
So everything. That's what I'm on you.
Right.
Okay, so my next question was, since you were used to being self-employed and pretty much having control of your schedule for the most part, how was the adjustment from that going into corporate America where you're kind of told what to do and when to come and when to go?
It was bad.
Oh.
I mean, that's why
It was bad, huh?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It was hard for to know me is to know I'm a free spirited person.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come and go as I feel like it. I mean, I might wake up tomorrow and be like, I'm not doing this anymore, and that's how I. The only thing that really brought structure to my life was having a kid, having someone that depends on me. So I did try to stick it out, but it got to the point where I'm just kind of like, what do you mean I have to ask you to go on vacation? And you might tell me no, like,
Right.
or you might tell, right, or I'll call off and you're gonna tell me I'm gonna get written up and I just am not feeling it today, like, so, right,
That's what that would
so,
be.
That would
it
be
was,
hard for me. That would be definitely hard for me. And
yeah,
I have
it-
worked in corporate America,
but
I've been in self-employment longer, and
Mhm.
trust me, during the pandemic, I actually thought about getting a corporate job just because,
Stability.
we didn't know how long we were going to be without income. And I actually got hired at a remote job. And so I had to go out and buy all the equipment to start and everything. And I was kind of
you was
pumped,
probably
like,
like,
oh,
no.
I got another job. I'm about to get this regular check. And the first day I quit.
yep,
Mm-hmm.
First of all, she's not a techie type person. That's the first thing. So the whole monitor, Ethernet cord, login type, that just took her out the game first hour of working.
It did.
You just gotta stay in your lane.
I
sometimes.
tried. I mean, I had everything
She was thinking
connected.
smart.
Girl.
I had everything connected. It took me like an hour to log in to the train and everything. But eventually I got in there. You know what I'm saying? And my issue was, once I got into the training, I didn't personally think it was professional at all.
Okay.
It wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This whole remote working, even with the remote school thing, it has made people a little laxed about their jobs. To me,
For
personally, the experience I had was this lady was training us, and the screen would constantly black out, of course. That you can't help that sometimes. But she would come back like, okay, y'all, okay, I'm back. So
Are you eating? She
and
eating?
I was like, all right, I'm taking my time off out of my day to. Are
You thought because
serious
he was
right
back in
now?
corporate America, it was gonna be so
You thought it
professional.
was gonna be
Well, I mean,
corporate.
They ghetto too.
They
Yeah,
are.
extremely.
They are.
They just
you
punch the
train in
clock.
class.
That's all.
though?
Yep, extremely.
You training in class. I mean, I've been doing a lot of webinars. I'm trying to get technical because I'm not very tech savvy. So I've been doing webinars to kind of figure out which way I'm going with my business after this pandemic, and just different webinars. And people, I'm not the only one that doesn't know how to use technology. There's some people that were in class, and you know, they say it's question time. We're gonna open up, you know, to questions, and people ask questions, and you hear somebody that does not know how to mute themselves say things like, "That's a dumbass question."
Was that you?
No, it wasn't.
That's a dumbass question.
I was thinking it. I was thinking it,
I
but
would
I
say
didn't say it.
I would be the one that would accidentally.
You gotta mute the mic. You gotta mute the. That's the whole
Don't ask
thing.
dumbass questions.
Right.
That's just like when you sitting in training and you look at the person like, why would you ask that? They just
I
literally
agree.
said that.
I agree. How many hair classes have we sat in and we felt
Right,
like that?
girl, don't ask nothing else, please.
I agree.
And that's the crazy thing about it is like the same things you get in a salon, you're going to get in corporate America. There's a suck up, there's a aggravator, there's somebody that's always late.
Snitch.
Like yeah, they're exactly
Snitch.
it's the same.
Somebody with all the drama.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It's the
Listen,
same.
Always one.
It's the same thing.
You guys have any questions? I got a million of them.
I know you have a million.
Shoot 'em off.
So too, I feel like with corporate America, I think it helps you learn how to talk to people,
It does.
and that translates over into
See,
our
there's some-
industry because sometimes, and I fall victim. We have to find the right words.
Not our fault.
I definitely fall
That
victim.
was nice.
So I have a best friend that's in corporate America, and I send her the situation. I send her my response, and I say, edit this,
Please,
make it professional,
because I don't know.
because I want to start out.
Come off right.
You
That's good, honey.
know.
I respect you. That's mature.
I know.
Child.
But you know
Listen.
what? At the same token, like sometimes it's like you want it. What I'm having a struggle with is I'm coming at you professionally, so treat me professionally because my
Right.
job is professional.
Right.
Whether or not you think it is or not, whether or not you
Right.
think I'm just a hairstylist, like
Right.
this is my job. This is how I make money. And if I'm treating you professionally, please treat me the same way. Don't text me when it's time for your appointment and say on the way. That's
I'm
not
running late.
yeah, but if
That's the one
if the
that gets
tables
me.
were turned, you would hit Instagram immediately and be like,
Go
"Oh,
on.
hair designs by Heather. She's always late." Blah 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 blah. So it's like, where does the respect for
Me as a
hairstylist,
professional
nail
come
techs
in?
as a job, as a career, just like your career, ever come in?
Right.
I
It's
think
like no matter what we do, we never get the full
respect you don't.
No.
And it's like,
And I don't
is it
understand
because?
why.
Is it because
because-
you think you're my friend? Is it because
That's
you
part
tell
of
me
it.
everything? I didn't ask you to tell me
But
everything.
you
like,
can go to your therapist and tell
This
them
is true.
everything. And
I
It's
mean,
just
really,
because
this
at the
is
end of the
true.
day, we don't walk in and punch a true clock, and we don't have, like, we come in cute, wherever we want, we can do what we want. Like, it's just too much
I have a
lax where
license
it
that I
gives
had
people.
to pay for. I had
People
to go to
completely
school
forget
and
about the
complete
fact that license
1,500
exists.
hours.
That
Okay.
don't matter to them.
We have to renew our license every year.
We have to do continued
We have to
education.
Yeah.
continue
Yeah.
But let me
That's
say
what
this,
they have
ladies,
to do.
on the flip side, you know, I love to play devil's advocate. I'm not saying any of us, but we're the minority. The majority of young ladies and men in our industry do not treat this like
I do agree
their
with that.
job.
That's
They
I do
don't.
agree
And
with
so what
that.
happens is we get categorized in one
Yeah.
I do
category,
agree with
and
that,
it's
but once,
unfortunate.
but once you see how I'm coming, come back and be the same. You know, like if I'm coming at you correct,
When you
come
know
at
who
me
you're
correct.
dealing with,
Yeah.
you know.
Mhm.
Or don't let one bad. I hate
Right.
when a client, let's say they didn't like their hair that day. or it didn't come out like how they thought it would come out,
and
or
from there
I
on,
was running a little late, or they had to wait a little longer so I could get done and get them out. Like, don't let one bad incident just make you be
dictate the whole
like,
industry.
she was horrible.
Yeah.
She
Especially
was
Especially
wrong.
with black girls. I
Right,
hate that
especially
saying.
if I take the time to say, "Hi, Miss Smith, I'm running a little bit late
Absolutely,
today. Do you
yeah.
want to come back? Do you want to wait?
Right.
I apologize.
I'll
Yeah.
take something
Yeah,
off.
whatever.
Yeah.
Compensate you for your time. Like,
Because most people will have you just have a seat and have a seat until.
Yeah, and then you over there
they
sitting.
won't even
Right.
talk to you.
Well, so that can't happen during a pandemic. Fortunately.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
But what we've done, actually, ladies, is segued into our next topic, which is pet peeves in our industry.
Mm.
Venetia loves this one. I like that you touched on what you touched on, Heather, because that is a pet peeve. It's definitely a pet peeve,
When
and
you text the
but
church
we have
at
to
the
take
time.
responsibility. And I'm not saying we have to kill ourselves trying to prove to them
Mhm.
why we are professional.
Mhm.
But I honestly think once a couple of visits has gone by, they'll realize that we
Yeah.
really do treat this like
Absolutely.
a job,
Yeah.
and
Or
they'll respect you.
They go to somebody else, and then
And
like,
I think that's
That's
more
what it
what
is.
it
I'm
is.
going back to where I know.
Mhm.
I've had that happen a
Yeah.
lot. I've had clients leave, like I said, off one bad time or something,
Mhm.
Or
and
whatever,
they'll come
yeah.
back, or
Mhm.
whatever they may leave for, and they'll come back like, "Girl, I went to such. It was just horrible.
They wasn't there for
She
2
wanted me to
hours. She was
shampoo my
drunk."
hair first.
Like, yeah, it'd be
she
some
can't
stories.
braid. Da 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 da. Like,
And this is where the no fucks given comes in. Because you were here where we were professional,
Right.
our hair was done nicely.
You can appreciate me
You
when
got
you
in
had
and
me.
out in a timely
Now the
manner.
prices is up,
And
and I can't get you in for
unfortunately,
2 weeks.
You
Right,
guys,
prices
I
going
feel
up.
so
you raise your
bad for you
prices?
guys.
Getting back down.
I sure
The
did.
younger generation, you guys as clients have no loyalty at all.
None.
But that's all
They
a
some
part of your
sharehoppers.
generation,
Mhm.
because it's not just as far as their hair, it's as a whole, the
Yeah.
millennial generation, they have no loyalty.
Yeah.
So where I'm going is, I would never have ever probably did hair if I came into it during you guys' generation.
I will say, like, that's been my hardest, like getting re-established, like, full-time. That's been the hardest thing. And at first it was, like, a hit at my ego, but then I kind of, like, was like, it's not you.
Mm-mm.
It's
You
really
can't
what
take it
people
personal.
do. No,
Mhm.
it's like
you can't
people,
take it
like,
personal.
I go to
It's
this
not.
person for my silk press. I go to this person for my half
That's
half down. I
crazy.
go to this person
Yeah.
for my feeder braids. I go to this person for my knotless.
But that
And I was
goes
like,
back
oh,
to
okay.
that goes back to these young ladies getting this industry and not really being in it like for the passion. Like, I wish I would just only do one type of service. Like,
Yeah.
what am I
Some people
doing
do
this
that.
for? Or not even one type of service. Like, if you're a braider, you're a braider. But as far as like my client have to go 70 different places for a silk press or
For a
a
ponytail, they gotta
weave
go
or a
here.
ponytail, that's so silly to me.
Yeah.
That don't make
But
Well,
is
some
it
choose
because,
to.
I'm about to say,
Yeah,
is it
some
because that
choose
you don't know
to.
how to do it? Or is it because when they went on Instagram, the person who did the up down this week had 30,000 followers, and
Yeah.
I want to go to that
That's
person.
it's definitely
you know
an
what I'm saying?
influential thing. So it's
Yeah.
like I want to go to such and such because well, look at the way her edges is laid. But it's like,
right.
what does her real hair look under that? Because that's not even her edges. That's a
Yeah,
front.
and I had to explain that to somebody, one of my younger clients, and I told her, I was like, you know what? Well, first of all, it's a younger young lady, and I do her mom's hair. Okay, now the mom comes consistently, and the mom went out of town and she got a pronto. And she got a ponytail the time before that. And so the daughter was like, who did your ponytail? Who did your pronto? And the mom was like, well, Heather did it. And she was like, well, I didn't know. She's like, well, you never asked. Like, you go to such and such. And then I had to tell the young lady because, like, she keeps experiencing breakage or she comes back and I have to trim something off. And I'm like, look, the way that Lonnie sees your hair is never going to be the way that I see it. So you're never going to get consistent results if you keep going from this person to this person to this person. And then that's not knocking what Queen does. It just means that that's Queen's art. This is my art. We see it two completely different
We're
ways.
using different
And
products
it's not
and
ever
everything.
gonna, right.
Yeah.
It's never gonna match. But what you're not gonna do is come back and say, well, Heather made my hair break off. Because
Right.
I did not, in fact, it's the combination of everything you're choosing to do, you go to this person, they're frying your hair to make it lay just for this half up, half down that they didn't really have to do, but that's just their technique. And then you're coming to me saying, oh, well, I want my healthy bob and I want it to grow 8 inches in 2 weeks. You know,
and that's what is one of my biggest pet peeves. Like, I love being a millennial. I messes with our age range. But this whole thing where y'all feel like y'all hair have to be Instagram ready every day that y'all wake up is so unrealistic.
But that's the millennial.
Not to mention the fact that everybody's on the health kick. You know, everybody's trying to work out and stuff. It's still trying to be cute.
Unrealistic expectations.
And you want to be looking like, you know, how Erica Tay have everybody frontals popping, but then your hair underneath is not doing well because you keep popping around to all these different people trying to get the look.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating.
Yeah.
As a
but
stylist.
you know what? Like I've said before, I never grew up having a set stylist.
Yeah.
I just had the Africans who did my braids, and then my mother, and then like if I was going somewhere special, like I was in a cotillion. That was the only time I had a set stylist, and then after that, I never had a set stylist. I had a set stylist probably 7 months of my whole life. So I didn't know
because I was the opposite
to it. Like I didn't know how to. Like, oh, okay, I should have stayed with one person. Because even when I got my own clients, it was like, oh, you gonna come back? Okay. Cool. I never thought of it that way.
Sometimes it's all in. Honestly, I've learned, especially when you do generations of hair. When I say that, I mean you're doing the mothers, the daughters, the grandmothers.
Yeah.
You learn that some people generationally haven't been taught the importance of sticking with one hairstylist if you find a good hairstylist, you know what I'm saying? And being able to maintain the health of your hair and giving you cute hairstyles if that's what you desire at the same time. And I don't knock people for that, but once they decide to step into the arena and I want to start getting my hair done on a regular basis, and they have children, young ladies, girls or whatever, then I try to educate them so that they'll understand, like, this is important that you teach your daughter this. Even things as simple as tying your hair up at night. You would be surprised at how many adult women do not know how to tie their hair up at night. Now, to me, that's blasphemy. I mean, I raised my kids from birth, out the womb.
Queen was out the womb. Tie your hair up.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'll be asleep, like...
She wore a scarf as a baby. I'm talking about here. Scarf on the head. And my grandson, he had a do-rag. Here. I don't
try
it. Exactly.
But now I get it, though.
It's so sad. Like you said, for a lot of women who have daughters, they either don't care what their daughter hair looking like, or they don't even know to teach them how to self-groom and keep themselves, you know, their hair together, tie their hair up at night. Like, they just come in the shop and be like, girl, here she go. I be telling her to comb her hair. My girl be like, older. Like,
I bought her bonnet. I don't know where it's at. Like,
I be telling her to tie her hair up. She don't want to do it, so I don't know.
And she right. They be like, hey,
that is how that be.
She cut her bangs. I don't know.
What? She cut her hair.
To the baby.
You let the baby cut her braids out.
It is sad. But now, I'm going to tell you what I learned years ago. In the industry too, that I tried to preach to these moms with daughters. This helps build their self-esteem. Come on, guys. So I think I recognized it when I started doing kids hair, and when they would sit in my chair, they like this the whole time. And it's like, you a baby. Like, you should be happy. Especially you getting your hair done. Like, smile, Pooh. And then when I get done, they be like,
thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
They be traumatized by the whole hair experience.
So, you know, I took it upon myself to educate women with daughters. Like, please, even if you can't afford to pay to bring them to get their hair done, just make sure you keep their hair up and make it look nice, because that's a reflection of you, first of all, as a parent. But it's also a reflection when they go to school. You know what I'm saying? They want to look nice. Oh my God, are they mean? They are very mean. Very, very
babies.
But I agree.
But you know what? I feel like a service that should be offered from hairstylists to mothers is teach them how to do their children's hair. Because, for example, me and my mother, she only knew how to do so much. Like, she could do my cornrows, we could do some micros, but when it came to like ponytails, flat iron, we didn't know nothing.
But
We
she
didn't
could do
even have
cornrows though, so she
I
was
was
in there.
tired of having cornrows,
Girl,
man.
My kids, oh, y'all wear braids?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Till
they're
we
probably
die.
the best
I
thing
was
for
braided
you.
up shouting.
And
Okay.
see, that's the thing I'll try to tell parents too, or moms too, with their daughters. Like, kids is gonna be kids.
Kids,
You know,
right,
you want to
right,
play,
yeah.
you want to roll around.
Yeah.
They sweating.
Right.
They don't really care. It's go time. As soon as they see other kids.
Yeah.
So
I wanted a rap.
No matter
so
how
much.
cute their hair is, it's go time.
braids
Braids.
are, while they're, children,
Mhm.
at least leading up to like middle school,
Yeah.
that's about the best answer.
Yeah,
for
and if you
little
know
girls.
that you're not about to do it, and if you know
Get
that
it
you
braided.
don't have the time, and if you
Yeah.
know that you're not gonna bring them back,
Exactly.
get it braided.
For
Just
sure.
Keep it braided.
Because that's a protected style.
It is.
Yeah.
So you're
It
actually
is.
protecting the child. You don't even
I'm
realize
so tired
it,
of braids.
but you're protecting the child's hair
So
and
there's
There's
so
so
styles
many
now,
types
you be
of
cute.
braids
I
now.
was
There's
cute.
so many
But
types
here's
of
the
braids.
thing, I used to get teased because I was in 3rd grade and I would have hair added. And they used to call me Weavy Wonder.
how did they know you had hair that it was a lot? I'm sorry, Lucky.
Like,
It was
I
a
would
lot.
have, like, the cornrows going back, and then she would add me some hair to it so that
Yeah.
they would be longer.
Yeah.
So
And they used to be like,
I gotta say now, and now this is not to knock your hairstylist,
Mhm.
but you gotta know what you're doing when you're dealing with kids too. I add hair to kids' braids, not a lot.
My mama was.
For one, I add it because it holds the style right.
Yeah, that's what my mother was adding it.
And for two, you know what I'm saying, sometimes with kids' hair you got a little unevenness, so you want it to look uniform.
Mhm.
It's very unnoticeable when I do it. Like legit, you don't even know there's hair in there.
Okay.
You think it's their real hair. So that's why I ask how much. Because sometimes people overdo it
Girl.
with adding hair into the children's hair. You got to be careful. You don't
Yeah.
want them to,
Yeah.
And I don't want a kid to think that the only way they can look beautiful is to have hair added. That's not the message.
Yeah.
And that's
We're
kind of what's
sending that off.
happening now.
Yeah,
Because
I was
these
gonna
little
say,
girls,
yeah.
they wearing sew-ins.
Early.
Yeah, they
Early.
be
The
12.
braids, the
They-
long braids, feeder braids,
Like, bro, what's up with you?
latch hooks.
Yeah, so I don't think
Down their
anybody
back.
would be calling you Weeby Wonder if you went to school right now. You'd probably be more popular.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure. But I do agree with Quenisha. A lot of parents. Here's the thing. Braids are sufficient for everyday wear.
Yeah.
When you want to get your child's hair pressed out and curled or flat iron or whatever, that's for a special occasion. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It makes sense.
Mhm.
So because like we said, a kid will be a kid.
Mhm.
So with braids, they can actually play and be a
Still
kid,
Get it wet.
and
Yeah.
it look nice.
Mhm.
And then when you're going to a
Mhm.
special occasion or there's a special occasion coming up and you get it pressed out, then it'll last for that. But honestly, with a kid, it's not going to last
It's
much
not gonna
longer
last.
than that.
Mm-mm.
It's not.
And you don't want to be bringing in a little girl every week, every 2 weeks to get her silk pressed. Like, it's just not healthy for their hair.
Yeah.
They transitioning from baby hair to little kid hair. Then you have puberty, which is a
Ooh,
whole nother
Jesus.
different funky space
Jesus.
with the hair.
Yeah.
On into adulthood. So, as my mother always says, how you treat their hair while they're young will definitely reflect
I
when they
agree.
get older.
It will.
The condition
I
of
don't know
their
what to
hair.
do with my hair. It never worked.
It definitely will.
Tell me what to do with it.
Puberty hair, I'm glad you said that. I'm going to touch on it just a little bit longer. Puberty hair
That's a thing.
is a monster.
It's stressful.
And if you don't
I
have
had a clue. I had no
If you don't have a
You probably ain't know
stylist
you was going
that
through it.
understands that, your puberty can decide where you're going to end up in your adulthood. A lot of times when you see adults with short haircuts, it's not by choice. It's because they didn't take care of their hair in their younger days. And so they resulted, and thank God short hairs are cute. Short
Yeah.
haircuts are cute.
Yeah.
So that's not to say that that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
But a lot of times it's not by choice.
Yeah.
Puberty is a hormonal
Really?
change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hormones in women and
Get your
hair,
period. Look, you
you
get your
got
period.
to, you have to know. And a lot
I
of
never thought
a
about
lot
it
of
that
young
way.
ladies don't understand how detrimental puberty can be on your hair.
You can have a
Yeah.
handful of
Nobody
hair
knows
in eighth
that.
grade.
Y'all need to tell people this.
We do.
Come
I
ninth,
do.
seventh
I've
grade.
never heard this before.
You didn't go to the right
Yeah.
hairstylist.
I ain't had one.
You didn't go.
Yeah.
And a lot of parents of young daughters, they don't know that either.
Yeah.
So when we're trying to educate them, like a lot of times they don't understand. Like she had all this hair when she
It
was
was so
3
long.
to 8,
Right.
and now
Okay,
all of a sudden
well.
it's just
Right. Right. She a
And
whole
then
new
my first
person
question
inside.
is, how old is she?
Right. Did she start her period?
Exactly. Did
Right.
she start her menstrual cycle? Exactly.
What do y'all do with it at home?
So what's the like? What can you do? Like
Take care of it.
As best
It's
as
gonna
you can.
do what it's gonna do. It's gonna do what it's
Yep.
gonna do. Don't.
okay,
There's no magic pill.
no vitamin.
No.
No.
You're gonna
Okay.
have the
Because it
8th
kinda-
grade
yeah.
rep.
Right. Exactly.
The
Yeah.
short But you have to, like she said, you got to take care of it. You have to stay on top of it.
Just have to go
Otherwise,
through it.
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
friends that you had in high school that wore the quick weave to prom, they messed up.
There's no turn back.
They messed
There's
up.
no
Dang.
It happened to me. First of all, I always had a head full of hair. So, and she always stayed on top of my hair. Rap popping, 9th grade. Like, what? Boys looking, I'm cute, hair cute. 10th grade, I had a baby. Bang, whole center of my hair was like breaking off and could not figure out what was going on.
I mean, she couldn't figure it out. I knew it was going on.
Well, then I stopped getting relaxers.
Um,
And not to say that's not necessarily the answer, but she stopped giving me relaxers, and then
Just took care of it. Just to
Yeah.
condition, moisturizing and proteining it, and just taking care of it. And like I said, that's not going to say that it won't do what it's going to do.
Mhm.
But when you come out of it,
yeah,
the
Yeah, you'll
transitioning
be
out of
better.
it, that's when you'll notice the difference between a person that didn't take care of it versus a person that did, because you're gonna come out of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come back because
Level
you're
out.
still young. It's gonna level out. That's a good word, Lonnie.
yeah.
But if you don't take care of it, like if you're dogging it and mistreating it through the puberty, then
It'll
it's
never
not
be the
gonna.
same.
It's
Right.
not gonna. It's not
Dang.
gonna. No.
And that's another pet peeve, cause woo child, y'all come in 27 weeks too late.
I was shocked on that
Right.
one. That's funny.
It's so sad because
I'm sorry.
I've had clients literally like no edges,
Yeah.
no
No
ceiling, and they
Not
be
no
like,
feeling.
I just want my hair to grow back. I just want it back long. And it's like, this is where the honesty when keeping it real goes wrong.
Yep.
I
Like, what you
can't.
want me to do?
It's not
Let's
gonna come back the way
Heal
you
your scalp
think
back.
that it will, but we can get it to the best version of itself.
Dang.
I like
But-
that best version of itself.
That's all I can promise.
Right. But then too, they want to blame you when it's not like,
Growing.
yeah.
That makes sense because I can relate to that with nails because people can come in. Acrylics have damaged my nails. I feel like that's one of the biggest misconceptions. Is at the end of the day, it's no nail enhancement that's better for your nails than the other. So it's all about how you treat your nails underneath. If you, when it's time for you to get a full set, if you're ripping your nails off, your nails will never be healthy because at the end of the day, it's not how it's applied. It's about how you take care of your nails while it's on, as well as how you take it, how you remove it. So if you ripping your nails off, of course your nails are never going to be healthy because at the end of the day, you can damage your nail matrix.
Yeah.
And once you damage what's growing under here, your whole nail is to shit forever.
Eggshell nails.
Yeah, you're done for. So it's not about
Just like
how.
So you need to be telling people that too.
I definitely do because they don't have patience when it comes to soaking off your nails.
Yeah.
Whether or not you're wearing gel manicures, where you acrylic, dip, polygel, it doesn't matter.
So
It's all about how you take care of your nails, as well as you cannot have acrylics on for 4, 5, 6, 8 months without ever removing it
Really?
and thinking that your nails gonna be okay. They're not okay.
When you say remove it,
Aw.
you mean
Yeah, so
take the cuts off.
Yeah, so when you have it on acrylic, your
I
nail
feel
is
attacked.
literally can't breathe underneath. So you have to take it off. Give yourself a day or two. What I have clients do is come in a day before, soak off your nails. If they don't have time the day before, I understand. But come in an hour before, soak your nails off. We'll do you a new set. And then that way you can grow your nails back out.
Okay, don't
As well as I need to see.
I was gonna say, 'cause I had nail
Just get them
techs
replaced
that
as they burn.
never encouraged me to soak off. They
But
just
I'll
kind
be
of
the type
did.
that's, I'll be the one that's like, just go on and drill that off.
No. And that be the thing. They be like, can't you just pop it off? I could, but I'm not.
I don't like the pop off. It hurts.
Yeah, pop
Not
off
all the
definitely
time.
hurts.
Sometimes it be
Sometimes
done.
it's
Sometimes
loose.
it be
Yeah,
ready to come off.
Yeah, so
Right,
if
but-
you come in with 2, 3 nail suits, like, all right, next time you coming in at 4, but your appointment not till 5, you about to soak off.
Lord, I hate soaking.
I think y'all got those young nail
I think
beds,
I got
'cause it
about-
hurts. I'm just gonna say, that shit hurts.
That's
When
because
when
Queen doesn't
popping
want to
them
soak off.
mine,
So it
Yeah, I'm
could
like
hold hurt
I'm
her.
like,
and
just
she
go
wouldn't
on
even
in.
matter. It wouldn't
Just
matter.
replace the broke one.
Get a debit card and go on right on.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
God.
a debit card. That's so thick.
Or real
It's
talk,
so
I might just
thick.
go ahead and break it off for you before I come.
No, that'd be a client of mine.
That's
Put them
what
all
it
off
is.
in the
Me
car.
That's queen.
No.
That's queen.
Don't
Me too.
do that.
That's what
Yes.
I'm saying.
Me too. Yeah, I don't.
That's a pet peeve. of
I do
mine.
not like soaking nothing off.
Oh man.
Another pet peeve of
Heather,
mine.
why not?
Huh? Why do I not like soaking? Because I lack patience.
How you gonna lack patience as a hairstylist?
As
well,
a nurse.
I don't. Well, in certain situations, okay. Let me clean
As a
that up.
nurse.
When did it
Let me
apply?
clean that up. And I don't like sitting still.
She doesn't.
I don't
That's
like to sit
understandable, man. Sitting still is hard.
still.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's something you missing doing when you sit
Yep.
still?
Mhm.
That's how I feel.
But
I
so
need something to
hair
do.
and nails
Yeah.
are supposed to be like a pamper type
Relaxation.
service.
I
Like where
feel
you-
for the
you
customer.
schedule out that time, well, for sure. You schedule out that
Meanwhile,
time
I'm
to,
stressed out.
to take care of yourself.
I feel very pampered when I'm getting them actually done, but that's soaking. But like, it's funny because like pedicure soaking, I'll do
I'm
that
about
all
to say
day.
get pedicures.
Yeah, I'll do that all day.
So,
soaking your
here's a
nails
trick.
off.
While you getting the pedicures, have them suck your nails off.
Okay, nails.
That's true. Okay, Lonnie, don't continue.
Yes. She dropping jewels on
Right, right.
Yes, that's what I would do. I had a little TV stand for my clients to sit their phone. I'm like, bring your headphones, bring your phone. I got a charger for you. Plug it up. Watch your show. You know you got an hour.
Customer service.
Hello.
Okay.
'Cause
See, the old me, by the time I can get my nails and feet
I'm
done,
barely there.
listen, I just made it here, and it's
no,
I get that.
no. I am embracing
Yeah, the time.
the time. I'm talking about. I go get me a Starbucks coffee, slice of
It's
banana,
your me time.
I'll
bread,
fall asleep while
I'm
you
in
doing
a
them.
chair like this, cause I know this ain't gonna last for long.
Right.
Right.
So let me
That
enjoy
pedicure
this.
be over fast.
Oh my goodness. So I
The
feel
deluxe
that
pedicure
and
make it
I think
last longer.
that comes with age a little bit.
Mhm.
When you're young and you're in the industry, you know, it's always I gotta get back to my money, I gotta get back to my money, I gotta get back, or whatever I gotta get back to my family or my kids or whatever.
Something.
But my kids are grown, and
What's that?
it's coming. And so now I'm able to actually enjoy my me time, which is my nails and my pedicure
Yeah.
and my lashes
Yeah.
and whatever else services I get done for myself. And so by the time I get there, I don't answer my phone.
Yeah.
And that's not me at all.
Yeah.
I mean, my phone is usually like this, even in my sleep.
I feel like in our
You wanna try?
industry,
No, seriously.
that is our downtime. Like I look
Yeah,
at that
agreed.
like as our little
is
bit
your
of
downtime.
downtime that we get. I
It
mean,
is.
our hair, that's not really downtime
Yeah.
because you're in the industry.
Right.
We gotta
9
do
times
it
out of 10, you gotta
when
do
we
your
can.
own.
Right.
So.
So nails and feet.
Yeah.
Look forward to the pedicure. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Lon? Do you enjoy when
Yeah.
I enjoy getting my hair done. Yes. Yes.
What about your nails? You go get a pedicure and a manicure.
Oh yeah, I do get pedicures. I don't get manicures, but I
Okay.
do go get me a pedicure,
And
and
you
I
relax.
definitely enjoy that time.
Okay.
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 Now they got the bar in
Do
the
you
nail
critique?
shop.
Hello?
Do you critique the nail tech?
No, I won't say
Because
I'm
I
that
hate
heavy
doing
on
people
it.
that do hair as hair. I hate it.
Oh.
I make sure
You
I'm
know
not
what?
that person.
Don't point at me. First of all,
I'm pointing at all y'all because it's
that's
so
crazy
good.
that
But
you
wait,
feel
you-
that way.
You do her hair,
And
and that's a mother thing. Because
And
my
she
mother, she's
is-
my worst client.
not a
No
good
offense,
client.
Mom.
Is she
My
a
mother
lover
is the client where it be like, girl,
Okay,
my
she
mother just
just-
got up on my chair before and left me.
This one not that bad. This one, make sure it's at a 47.2 degree angle.
My part not straight.
Yes, right.
This
You don't
girl
gotta
don't
braid
make
this
this
time.
Right, girl, please go on and
I haven't
get
even
yourself-
started braiding yet, ma'am.
Right. Heather, is your angle 32.3?
Okay, I ain't gonna let y'all
Oh, okay.
do this to me.
Okay.
Y'all not coming for me. Let me defend myself right quick, okay? Let me say this first of all.
All right, hand.
All right, please don't over
I
please
normally
don't
sit
over-direct my
in.
hair.
That is not fair.
She doesn't like getting her hair done.
I don't. That's
Really?
not fair. I don't.
No.
Of
See?
all services, that's the worst.
That makes sense because I hate
I
getting my
don't.
toenails
I
done.
hate
Okay,
getting my
first.
hair done.
Right.
I
love
hate getting my
getting
hair
my
done. It's like, honestly, I'm 2 seconds from shaving it all off.
Oh.
I don't like
That's
getting my
what
hair
Hand
done.
you.
Really?
Mm.
But here's the thing. Because I do hair, I honestly know how long it takes to do a service. So what you're not gonna do to me is drag my service out.
So you just want to be treated like a regular client.
I'm just saying.
She don't act like a regular client.
Don't do that, Heather.
Let's just be clear. She gets treated like a regular client. She don't got to come shampooed or blow dried. She ain't got to start cutting the tracks or
Oh, that's
nothing
so
like
nice.
that. Okay, full blown service. Still, I get lit every time. Just can't do nothing right. Can't blow dry right. Can't. Right.
You are actually agreeing with her.
No,
she's talking
you're
about
okay.
me.
No, you're okay.
She's talking about me.
I be needing
I
cocktail
really didn't
after I
realize.
get
So you guys, I did not honestly. I'm on everything. I didn't realize that I was a bad client. I really didn't. I really don't like sitting still to get my hair done. I get anxiety.
I be like, play your game. Do some online shopping or something.
Games on your phone.
And then I'm gonna just say something. My daughter is excellent at doing hair, and this is the reason why I let her do my hair. Because if she wasn't, she wouldn't be in my head. And that's no
that.
right.
Daughter or not.
She means that.
Real talk.
I know
means
she
that.
does. I know she means
So
that.
she is good at what she does, and she had to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So like when she came out knowing how to do weave. She's been doing weave out the womb. She was in college doing weave.
Yes, thank God.
Right, exactly.
Mm.
Now where the trouble comes in is I don't like long weave. So now you got to cut my weave, right? And
So don't cut it short.
I am a cutter.
Listen.
And I love to cut. And so you're not gonna just Edward Scissorhand on my head. You know what I'm saying? Like
My first 3 years, we used to really not almost finish her hair. Like, I used to be like, you're not even giving me a chance to cut it. Like,
But you know what? Cutting, I feel like when a stylist is cutting your hair, that is the most uptight part of a service.
oh my
It is.
God,
Especially
right.
me. I be so like, oh my God, I think she chopped it all off. Oh,
And Queen supposed to go in like
I used to call Queen Everett Scissorhands. I never told her that, but I remember I could ask for. I'm like, can you cut my hair to here? My hair was here. I was like, sis is Everett Scissorhands, man.
I don't think that.
She cut it
She had
off.
never done me wrong.
see,
that's because I think it was your real hair.
I probably
we
had
would
to cut
get
yours
weave
that
cut.
short for a reason.
Yeah, I don't think so. Sis had a ball.
You had to learn. You had to learn, and I can definitely appreciate my mother for teaching me how to cut. I've never taken a cutting class, and I've never had to because she literally has taught me everything I need to know about cutting hair. But learning from your mother, who's a hairstylist.
I imagine it can be tough.
Yeah, that
I
ain't
imagine
even
it can
fair.
be tough. I imagine it can be tough.
The pressure.
Yeah.
And it would be different if I wasn't a good cutter. But I love that's one of my
like, that's one of
specialties.
your
I love to
specialties.
cut,
Okay.
and I don't do fancy stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can see I like just a nice
Real simple.
bob,
Mm-hmm.
middle part, side part,
Gotta
just
get that angle
nice
right.
chic bob. Right. I don't want it angled here and not angled over here. I don't want this here.
Give me straight.
Right. Exactly.
She be like, hold on.
Yep.
You see that? How it's falling?
Yep.
You need to go back in there. Give me the scissors.
That's an
You need to
accurate
go
depiction.
in. I used to be like,
Okay.
But she got it now.
Yeah, she got it.
Got it
even
now.
now, I always still question me.
She's got it now. She has it now. Even so much. Heather comes to Queen to get her hair done. Yeah. What?
No, they not kick me off the shop, but you know they be like, no, you can't come.
That is not true.
No, you can't come. You ain't about to do that now.
No, you can't come.
Heather is a VIP client.
I wish.
Sometimes
Heather, you are a VIP.
She
I've seen you
sometimes
in there.
abuses her
I had a
VIP.
7 a.m.
I know
appointment.
that.
You was in there
She'll
before
call
me.
you,
I
hey,
said,
sis.
Right, on the day of. On the day of.
Okay, well, this is scheduled.
I got a
It's
break.
Not,
I got a break. Can I come on a break?
Yeah.
They speak me
but
like,
that's how,
please,
that's
work
how
with
my
me.
life is. So,
Yeah, I know what that's like.
yeah.
So now
that's
that you're
just
back
my
in the
life.
industry, is that fair?
What?
It's different now.
Is what fair? Calling at the last minute?
Yeah.
I mean, I have my fair share of people that call at the last minute, so it's all in if I feel like dealing with you or not.
Or if you can even take
Yeah,
it.
if I can or if I can. And
You got
These
to make
last
time.
minuters. Because here's the thing.
I know, Queen. I know.
I feel bad when I can't take you.
well, here's the thing right
I
now.
say, because
Yeah,
if you
Queen,
did,
you don't feel bad. You do not feel bad.
I
you
do
would've
feel
No,
what's the
you
word
don't
I'm
feel
looking
bad.
for?
Sympathetic?
No, don't say
Dumb.
empathy because you don't have that.
It's a
No,
piece in my heart that
no,
be like,
that's a lie. No.
a piece of it don't show.
now, no, because of the rules that we
Yeah,
have
you
to
can't really
follow.
do it. Yeah, now you can't really
Before
do
the
it
rules?
unless it's like at
Before-
the end.
What was your excuse?
It was like,
Yeah, what was it?
Because
I'm waiting.
sis was just gonna feel a whole little life.
just come on.
Nah.
No.
Who was the what?
Yeah,
When?
who was the one?
Because I never got that. It was
Heather.
you got to make time,
appointment.
child. I can't do it today.
Yeah.
I got 13 people.
Yeah.
You
All coming at
literally
5
wait
o'clock.
till the
Right?
last
That's right.
minute. First of all, I don't practice that.
What?
Having 17 people come at one time. Don't
That
you lie
Lonnie
on
said
me.
that. Lonnie said that.
It was
Don't you lie
just
on
for
me.
example. That's why I couldn't get in.
Yeah, you
This
don't do
was
that.
hell.
That's the truth. Cause
If I
that
have a
would be the
double
reason.
booking, that is a whole accident.
Whew,
Like,
double bookings will send you into a whole panic.
I am so sorry.
What have I done?
I promise I'll
But
give
let
you
me tell
$20
you the
off.
difference between double booking before the pandemic
yeah,
and double
before it was
booking
just like,
now.
all right.
Double
Before the
now.
pandemic, as a hairstylist, I know not as nail techs, we kind of work it out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we go to get her shampoo, get her in the dryer.
Yeah.
You
Then
know
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
start you.
saying?
What you say you
Right,
getting? Gotcha.
exactly. But
Now,
Yeah.
and they'll look at you like,
I'm still here,
you better
ready
do
to be
me.
shampooed.
You better do me, because I don't have nothing to do with it. You like,
It's
listen.
my only off day, and I got something to do tonight.
And it has happened accidentally since we've been back from the
I mean,
pandemic.
it's life,
Yeah,
and I feel like people don't leave room for error.
yeah.
Unfortunately,
But you have to be able to
as
make
a
it up.
customer, they don't leave
as a
room for
stylist.
you to be
Well,
to
yeah.
have error. That's what I feel like. It's no type of
God forbid we
compassion.
fuck
Okay, so then here's my question.
what?
Hopefully it doesn't take you off what you're about to say.
Okay.
So, how, let me phrase this right too. How has the pandemic and the way that you have to work now make you feel about or what changes has it made? Like, how do you see yourself now and how do you see like your value?
up.
You know what I mean? Do you feel like you were undercutting yourself before because you could work harder and squeeze more people in? Have you changed your prices? Because now you know how to do one thing at a time and have your time together and have your time down. Because I can say for me, I have found enjoyment in just doing one person at a time.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I don't think
Look,
I'm
you get a
going.
sense of peace.
I mean, we all know that that's what, like, I'm moving into an environment now where that's how it's going to have to be.
Right.
And so, it also, too, like, one thing I do appreciate about the young stylists is they don't have a problem charging their worth. And, I mean, there's a fine line between,
I don't know.
being
Charging the worth is the word.
okay,
but I get what
okay,
you're
I
saying.
know where you're
Somebody
going.
else
They don't have a
has not
problem
been
with
working.
it.
Yeah, okay,
Have no
okay.
business.
Okay, but that's not my business, and I'm also a get it how you live type person. If you
Yeah.
can get it, I'm not here to hate.
Get it.
Okay, so
Somebody's paying.
somebody's paying you, go ahead. But you know, like for example, I got a client with 3 girls, and I be feeling bad, like, woof, I just went all the way upside, like she just paid my car note.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then,
But
at the same
then I'm
time-
like, but I worked. I did.
Yeah.
So like, for me, the pandemic has taught me. I mean, I always had time management, but like I'm like appreciate my time management because when you come, I'm going to be here.
Right.
You're going to be out for what you scheduled. Now you throw something else on me, that's you.
Yeah.
And you can't even really throw nothing else on me at this point because somebody else is coming.
Right.
But it's made me be like push me into a more of a work smarter, not harder
Yeah.
Right.
mentality.
Yeah.
I agree, but probably I'm a little greedy and I work fast. So with that being said, like literally, for example, before the pandemic, on Saturdays I would start at 6 in the morning, right?
Mhm.
by 10 o'clock, I probably had did like 7 to 8 people.
Yes, that's a good day.
And I can't say that I was working crazy, like I was
Yeah.
wore out
You just
from
knew how to
it.
manage.
No,
I
just
right.
yeah.
I learned early on in
Mhm.
my industry how to rotate
Yeah.
properly. So with that being said, I miss a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But I do also, I'm not going to lie, I enjoy doing the one client at a time. My only fear, especially with some of my important clients, is when we come out of this, they've gotten so used to having us to themselves.
They
Because
not
I have
want
some
it
clients
no
that
other
really
way.
think in their mind, like, you know how the rich people have their personal
Like, you
stylists?
are my stylist and only my
Right.
stylist.
Exactly.
Why is
So
she at
here's
my
the thing.
dryer?
But do you think that's the future?
Eventually.
Yeah.
So
I
here's the
feel
thing
like
for
that's
that.
the future.
I mean,
gonna
you pay
pay.
enough.
Right. Okay. Yeah. This
You
is
gonna
what this
pay
is
like I'm
saying.
your personal stylist. If you
Exactly.
want to come on an exclusive day at exclusive time, you want 3 hours blocked off. You're gonna pay me for 3 clients.
Yeah,
Instead of
exactly.
that.
But to me, that
Like,
goes
fourth
without
one,
that
that's
goes
it.
without explanation.
Right.
But people don't want to
No.
pay. That be the
It-
problem.
that's-
People are
Yeah.
stingy and they are.
And
not
They'll look at you
reasonable.
like,
Right.
you
Right.
raised the price $25 for what?
I had a client that said to
well.
me, "I didn't know you like laughed and had fun with your other clients too. I thought that was just me."
Ooh.
Oh.
What does that even mean?
That's
But that's some people's
Yeah,
mindset.
mentality, it
Seriously,
is.
seriously.
I'm like, hello, I'm the fun one. It's not you, it's me.
So I have a confession, ladies, and this is gonna go
Is
maybe
your
all over the
confession,
world.
Usher?
It's not a good confession,
Oh,
but I
Lord.
have to say it
I'm
because
ready
I'm
for it.
trying. I'm trying to come out of this. I have been doing hair for almost 30 years.
Mhm.
Prior to the pandemic, I literally had not raised my prices. Don't judge me.
Never.
Don't
Miss,
judge
It's
me.
not. It's not a
Don't judge
judgment, but
She was getting underpaid.
Let me finish. Now,
but
was
she
I
likes to
eating
work.
good?
Yeah, but
I
she
was
likes
eating good.
to.
Was it fair?
No.
it wasn't fair. And my whole thought process was, I don't want to make it so far out of their reach where they can't afford to come. You know what I'm saying?
I get that. I get that.
And then you gotta also, and I learned this going back to school, you have to understand your economy and where you,
You do.
live
You
too.
have to price
you know
for
what
the
I'm saying?
market.
Exactly.
Yeah, you do.
Exactly. So I thought that I was doing the right thing when in essence I really wasn't.
Mhm.
So I was getting frustrated too.
Mhm.
Because I, like in 30
Working
years, was
harder.
still working as hard as I was
yeah.
from the beginning. So that's not smart. Young women, that's not smart. But you guys don't think like me anyways. And then my thing was, they were coming
Yeah.
weekly. You know what I'm
so
saying?
you like,
so that
I'm
was a
not
whole
missing
other
a beat.
thing.
Yeah.
Like I don't wanna go up on the prices with my weekly clients because
Yeah.
they're loyal. My clients are loyal. I
Yeah.
gotta say,
Yeah.
I
They
love
are.
you guys. My clients are loyal.
They are.
Mhm.
They are.
And that was another thing. I like my conscience was like, I don't want to.
I don't want to
like,
seem greedy, and I don't want them to feel.
No.
My biggest thing was I didn't want people to feel like they were paying for my lifestyle. But
It-
at the end of the day,
But
they
no, here's where the slap in the face comes. When you go and sit in another person's chair
And you pay them.
and you pay probably double
Mhm.
what you would have normally
Yeah.
paid, and or probably way more, and not end up satisfied at all. Like
Mhm.
hair toe up, probably looking
the
crazy
environment
when you
isn't
walk
as
out.
nice. The environment
So-
may not be clean.
How can you give that person who you don't know from a can of paint?
But
No,
the
So
they
that
thing
may-
wasn't my experience. I gotta honestly say, I didn't have a lot of that.
yeah.
But where my issue comes in, and this is a pet peeve of mine,
Mhm.
where I didn't raise my prices for almost 30 years, and you never feel the need to tip me.
Okay.
That's
yeah.
a pet
Can we
peeve.
touch on? I
We
just
can
want to
touch
touch
on
on tipping.
That's
When
Yes.
you
Yes.
ask
Yes.
for multiple things,
I just want to touch on tipping because I am really at a loss. There's some people, I feel like, let me just put this out here, disclaimer. If you don't have it, I would rather you come, get your hair done, and pay me the base price than me worrying about a tip, okay?
Mhm.
But if you come and I've given you quality service, you got what you wanted in a timely fashion, why do you not tip?
What a tip.
I mean, people have gone as far as to watch me walk to the restaurant next door to get some singles to get $5
Yeah,
back.
that'd be the thing where it's like, so you just really want this $5 back?
Yeah.
That
I
bad.
feel like my
But-
problem with it is those are the people that want the extra.
Yeah, always.
Yeah, they don't
always.
just want
just
shampoo.
always.
You
me
came
and I'll
late
go,
today too, by the way.
I don't have
Like,
no problem getting my $50 for I'll see you in 2 weeks. It be the ones that, can I get a mini perm?
This
Can you
piece
line
right
me up?
here,
Or can you do my brows? What you think about add some color tracks? Or can you do a
Can I
blow
get 3
dry
extra
out?
curls?
Like,
right.
But even independent of all that, when you go to a restaurant, you tip. When you know,
And the service
if
not
it's a
even that
service,
great.
yeah, it's a service
Right.
industry.
But
So
my clients, girl, they so funny. They just like have a party around me. This is before the pandemic. Everybody sitting around, girl, cause you the coldest. Cause I ain't going nowhere. Cause you done grew my hair out.
But here's
And,
your $36
this-
even.
oh my God. Oh, girl, and another new client come in, they be like, she cold. She gonna get you together.
I'm with
All
you.
that. And that's like,
and you tell them the price, and they be like, oh, I only brought 40 with me. Why would you do that?
so that is an industry no-no.
Mm-hmm.
You are definitely worth what your craft.
Absolutely.
So
Your skills
Absolutely.
for
don't follow, and don't get me wrong, ladies. I eat well,
Mm-hmm.
clearly, but I have not done myself a justice, and I'm frustrated because I'm working as hard today as I did almost 30 years ago. Now the pandemic has blessed me because we have had to increase our prices, not by choice or not because we think we're that good, just because we're spending more money for one to even be able to do these clients' hair. In order for them to even walk through the door, we have to have all of this PPE and, you know what I'm saying? It just is a lot for us to be able to even be open and operating.
Yeah.
So this was the reason for the increase, and I thank pandemic for that.
Not that I raise your prices.
Exactly.
And I know
really
I
glad.
would have got on you.
We
been
tried
talking
to
to
get
her
on
for
her, but she's
years.
just like.
But you know what? I get that. I didn't raise my prices for 5 years. 5 years.
That's a
And I was
substantial
in
amount of time.
demand.
Right, because
in them 5 years, my prices should have been.
But Lonnie
in
and
them 5
Shonda,
years.
corporate America, they get a raise, so why can't you?
Exactly. They get a
You
raise,
deserve the
and
same
minimum
raise,
wage goes
yeah.
up every year. Why don't
And
your prices?
We are the type of people, we're going to go and learn to try to better ourselves
Exactly.
within our craft.
And so that's
So-
what I had to realize. People, not only are they paying just to get their nails done, they paying for the environment. They paying for this expensive ass studio that you in. They paying for you to keep it
product.
clean.
Dish soap.
They paying for every little thing. So it's like, all right, I'm about to raise my prices. But I don't do it. I didn't do it in a grimy way.
Yeah.
And it's like just a certain way you go about it, and your clients will respect that. I sent
It's
out a
never
text a month
grimy.
prior.
Yeah, I
like,
mean,
my
how is
price
it
is
ever
going up.
grimy to get
This
yourself
date,
a raise?
This is gonna be my new price list. If you have an issue with it, hit me back up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you know. And it wasn't. I did it all privately. I did it all through. I text every last client that I had.
That
All
was
250 of them.
Yeah.
That was
Versus
cool.
just putting it on Instagram like this is my prices. If y'all
Yeah,
got a problem with
right.
it, oh well.
See, because a lot of people do it that way.
Yeah,
I've
and I didn't
seen
want
that.
to do it that way. I wanted
just-
it to be
I
personal.
don't
Like,
even know what my thought
I
process
appreciate
was,
y'all.
honestly. I really don't.
I always tell
I
them.
just didn't want to. This sounds crazy, but I kind of didn't want to offend them. And then, like, a couple times where there were services that, of course, take longer, I did increase the price
Yeah.
prior to the pandemic. But I got the kind of clients where they'd be like, ooh.
Yeah,
and you know
and
what?
the thing is, you gonna say, but
Ooh,
but you
and
gonna
have
want to come back.
Yes, and you have to stand your ground as a
Yeah.
person and be like, yes,
Absolutely.
woo, yes,
Yeah.
woo,
Absolutely.
woo.
I
I've
had
been
a
doing
client
this for
firm
30
behind the
years.
chair.
I had a client tell me, I'm gonna have to get a second job to keep coming to you. And so it sat with me
And
for
a
like
lot
2
of times
days
they're
that she
just,
said that.
and a lot of times
And the
they're
thing
just,
is, I didn't pull you to come to me. You chose to come to me.
But that's
So
the thing,
here she
though.
was coming
It's
back
not
2 years
that-
later.
It's
after
not that
she
they don't
said,
have the money. I just feel like they don't want to give it to you. Like
Because
I
they
had a client
feel like
tell me,
They're paying for your
I
lifestyle.
feel
like
like
you said.
$50 is too much for a shampoo style, and I'm just
but
like,
well,
they-
if it was
well,
the
how much do you
90s,
think
then
it should-
maybe it
it should
was.
cost?
right,
Like-
because let me take you with me to this hair store where I get
Hello?
my professional products.
I don't go
let
to
me
just
show
CVS
you,
and
right,
buy
how
some shampoo
much-
for you.
But the funny thing is, there's some stylists that are going to the CVS,
Yeah.
and they're
Like
giving
that
them
style.
the 85,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
know, and a lot of things are based off of who they think they can get it off of.
Mhm.
Popularity is a big
Popularity,
thing. Popularity
is
is
a
a
big
big
one.
market.
There's
Yes.
some people out here.
Yeah, so
I
Yes.
ain't gonna say no names,
that's what I have to
but
say. Just
they
stand
gonna
your ground.
Shampoo, blow
I
dry,
am learning,
braid.
ladies.
Yes.
I'm learning. I'm learning.
Charge
Yeah,
your
I mean,
worth.
Charge your worth for sure.
Charge-
Like,
charge
that was
your
a-
Have to.
Worth.
yeah, that was a
And
good. Yeah,
You,
that was a
you
good
always
thing.
have.
that was a good thing for me about like basically starting over. I had so many things that I was like, this time around,
It was
just
no
not going
keys
to
on my nose, and you stand
it's
firm
gonna
on
be
that.
like
That's
on
good.
my you know, my terms, not
Yes.
your terms.
Yes.
If you tell me you can't, you know, you can't do it, then it's gonna be I'm sorry, come
Okay.
back when you can.
And
It's
it's
gonna be
beneficial
okay.
to you in the end.
Anything.
And even
Right.
with the clients, like they learn how to approach you or how to just even handle you.
And
when it
respect
comes
you as
to-
a businesswoman.
Exactly. Exactly. And
Yeah,
I've experienced that too. Like
Yeah.
I definitely raised my prices just to teach coming back
Mhm.
from the pandemic. But not only because of the pandemic and we have to spend out more money, I'm just more comfortable and confident within my skill set
As you
now.
should be.
So
Yes.
it's gonna
It's a
cost a
hard
little
lesson to
extra,
learn.
especially when I feel like as hairstylists, you definitely have to check the demographic and see what other people are charging, just to
Mhm.
kind of give yourself
Absolutely.
a frame of what you
What
should be
you
charging.
should, the ballpark you should even
So
be in.
I be looking, I be
And on
like,
top of that,
she get $250 for that, she get $200 for that.
and
they're
on top of
getting
that,
it
you
too.
do more than
Maybe I
just you
should.
take care of people's natural hair,
Right.
as well as you
Under their
have a level of customer
Right.
service that some don't.
Right.
So why shouldn't they pay for that?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you're not getting this
Right.
nowhere else.
Right.
Like
Sure.
you get good quality music when
learning
you come
from
up
you
in
guys.
here.
Old school is learning from young
Well,
school.
I'm really glad that old school raised these prices because she used to cuss us out.
Yeah, raise it.
Amen.
I want them to come.
And
We
you
used to be
just-
like, they are gonna come.
She
That's the
can
thing.
literally charge 80 and up for a
Hey,
cut
She should
She
be.
could.
in color.
She
She
could.
should.
should be.
It should be
She
100. I'm
Because I used to be afraid that people would leave too. But the thing is,
They ain't gonna.
some may leave, which is fine.
all money ain't good money.
It ain't even that. It's just that if you don't appreciate me that much, don't come back.
Mhm.
Fine. But then it's gonna be people who is like, it don't matter because I fit you into my budget. Like you right up under my light bill.
Yeah.
Because this is a ritual for myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm just coming here because it's cheap. I'm coming because you take care of my hair. I enjoy coming here, and it's the
Right.
only me time I get.
And those are my favorite clients.
Yeah. So
You're right.
you will continue to have a clientele of that because my mother finally was like, she's like, you need to learn to work smarter, not harder. And
It's true. And
it's
you,
like, okay.
even with the raising prices, like if you really keep track of what you're making and versus how hard you're working, you're coming out better
Right.
Mhm.
and you're doing
Not
less.
as
Right.
tired.
Right.
Yes.
I'm
Right.
not here from 6 a.m. to midnight.
6 a.m. 6
Woo.
a.m.
But
to
sometimes
You're
It's
just
not
getting
24 hours
paid.
straight.
You're just getting paid for what they're asking for.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot of times where I know me and my mother, people would be like, I need this and I need that, and be like, all right, and the price would still be the same, but by right, I should have charged you extra for
Not
that
right.
stuff, and
Since
I
you want
didn't.
an a la carte, I
That's
got
where
you.
the tip come in, because I'm
Right.
thinking you made
You gonna show
cover
us
me
love.
on the tip
Exactly.
part,
Hello?
but I had to
Exactly.
learn to
People
start
don't
putting my
think that
tip
way.
into my price.
Right.
Like, I probably
Right.
need to charge the extra $5 or $10
Yes.
for this
Yeah.
service because
Yes, you should.
they may or may not tip, and I know it's gonna be a little
Mhm.
extra judge I need to put
Yeah.
on this.
And then it's like I have my set clients where it's like the prices didn't go up for them because you've been coming to me
Right.
for
Oh, yeah.
8, 9
Right.
years. You've never
Definitely.
been late.
Definitely.
You always show love.
Yeah,
You bring in
definitely.
bottled water.
Refer clients.
Yeah,
Yeah.
things like that. So things
Yeah,
like that do
those-
go into play. So
those
you have your set people where it's like, I'm not, your prices didn't change.
Mhm.
Right.
But
Right.
this is a business at the end of the day. McDonald's
Yeah.
raised their prices.
We only want the best.
I know. Honestly.
And I don't raise them astronomically either.
Right.
You know? So
Right.
it's like,
Definitely.
it ain't like my
Yeah.
my full
Definitely.
sets went from $50 to $80.
Right.
You know? They went
Yeah.
from 50 to 60.
Right.
Like, simple as that. So
Okay, ladies. Well, we're gonna wind down with our song of the week.
yes.
Yes.
I've been jamming to Division this week.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, I
Whole
like Division.
album. This
I
last
love
album,
it.
this Abuse in Her Feelings,
Yeah,
it's a straight through.
Yeah.
It's a straight through.
Now, have y'all listened to
I don't
the
know.
song?
Straight through.
Y'all listen to Trey
Who's
Songz?
Division?
It's two people.
Is it 2 people?
Yeah.
It's, I thought it was just
4.
one.
It's two.
It's rap?
It's two.
No, it's R&B.
Okay.
Let's talk about
Okay.
that.
I'm
I
gonna
used
have
to
to
call
check
it
it
about
out.
It's
that.
Drake's
Not
group,
that.
so that
DBS.
awesome.
DBSN. I didn't grow. I used to call it. I don't know what I called it, but then when somebody said Division, I said,
Yeah.
"That's who they are."
That makes sense.
I'm gonna have to
Yes,
listen
it's
to
a
it.
straight through.
Yeah,
This
that's
one,
right.
that
Soul type.
was in too deep.
That's
That's a good
the
one to
realm
start
with
off.
like Daniel.
You know,
Caesar.
I've
Okay, and I like Daniel Caesar.
I've been, my two heavy rotations have still been This King's Disease by Nas
Yeah.
and Summer Walker, she just me and Summer.
She holds a special place in my heart too.
Really?
I'm
Yeah,
praying for her
yeah.
because I just found out she's pregnant, and I'm
Yeah,
praying for
she
that
is,
baby.
but
Woo,
Y'all both head cases though.
she's
so that
psycho,
makes
but
sense.
she's a
Y'all
she's
psycho, so that makes
Well,
sense.
Yeah.
What are you?
Yeah.
I can't
Well,
listen
what
to her.
about, I said Nas too. They're
Oh,
my,
Nas, well, yeah.
yeah.
I
They're
listen
both
to
on my
music,
heavy
listen
rotation.
to hood music.
Which
I
one?
listen to
Nick
the,
King, Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Her new
okay.
album?
Not the new one yet,
'Cause
but
I don't know. If
I'm not a
I'm
Meg
wrong.
fan. Nothing against her.
It ain't that
I'm
it's
a
not
Meg.
good. It's just so
It's a
holy.
lot.
Like,
She's a
I'm
lot.
a woman. I am not
A savage.
classic.
not even that. I am not a slut, and she just promotes so much sluttiness. It's like,
I don't think she promotes slutty.
are you
Girl.
kidding me?
Now, if you was talking about the city girls, I might give you that.
They on half of the song.
Megan too.
Megan is on the same platform
I
as City
just
Girls.
think Megan
And
is
it's just
serving
so-
this real hot girl shit.
Real
Oh,
hot
okay.
girl.
Hot girl. That's
ghetto.
another word for a slut.
No.
Hot girl slut.
No.
Okay.
Nah, yeah,
I just think
nah.
that now she's trying to give women a place to be more.
Put some fucking clothes on then.
Okay.
I'm waiting.
Like Teen Tory.
I was gonna say more like
Teen
confident
Tory.
within their sexuality.
It's too. That's
It's
two
too much.
It's too much
different
ass,
lanes.
too much twerking.
It ain't even that. Like it. You may
Okay.
say that, but your image does not represent that at all. And then at the end of the day, she has such a great influence on younger girls. And personally, I've been a victim of listening to music like that younger, and that's my mindset. That's the type of men I date. Like, I don't expect nothing. Yes, it was the Nicki Minaj. And so now that I'm older, and I'm like, music has too large of an influence for
definitely
it to
does.
influence,
It
for
definitely
I ain't gonna
this
say
to
what
be.
song.
And on that note,
I
I'm
ain't
gonna
gonna
get
say
put
what
on
song.
the
You
record,
gonna say?
you guys, because my song of the week is
Oh, what's your song?
"I Can't Breathe" by her.
No,
That
that's
right
not.
there,
Oh yeah.
Have I heard
that young
It's a
lady.
baby
She
maker.
made her for the culture.
Oh, my
no, that's not
God.
a baby maker. It's about everything that's
I
going on.
Can't
Black lives
Breathe?
matter.
Oh, sorry, I'm getting it confused with the other.
That
one.
song is so deep.
No.
I'm about to
I
age
can't- never
myself,
mind.
and it's okay because she's taking me back to Nikki Giovanni. I know that's way over you guys.
Missed it.
Yeah.
Don't know who it is.
Oh my goodness, are you serious? I Can't Breathe?
What?
Oh
They
no, she
haven't
was
heard
saying
it.
I said
it don't
you
take
haven't
her
heard
back.
it.
Oh,
Giovanni.
oh,
I don't know
the
who it is.
magnitude of your passion.
I don't
Yeah.
have a clue.
Okay.
Yeah, I
I
haven't
listen
heard
to
it.
the song.
Oh, well, she's talking about the whole
I'm gonna listen to
George
it.
Floyd thing. And
Oh.
Okay.
you guys gotta listen to that.
It's
song.
a great song.
I like her.
Oh,
She-
I love her.
She can't do no wrong.
Super
in my
She
eyes.
talented.
is she is not in the right
Super
terms.
talented.
Like,
Superhuman.
Yeah, she
Yes,
can't
she
do no
is.
wrong.
She
She
is.
start acting.
Oh,
I know
my
something.
goodness.
Look, I know something.
she just might.
She
Either
went.
her or Summer
For her
can't
to
do
be a
wrong
young
in my eyes.
person,
And she's so ahead of her time.
oh
Like,
my goodness.
I
She's
like
Remind me
the
of
realm
her
of music that they're bringing back. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like they're bringing
they're
back.
trying, but it just
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
matter.
I agree. I agree with that. I agree.
They are trying,
they're
they
Right, because
trying.
I'm probably no young person, like y'all never heard of it. Like no young person is listening to that song. But when I listen to music, I like beats. I love beats.
Mhm.
Yeah, because you get ratchet.
I do. I can
She
get
be a
ratchet,
little
I can.
Yeah.
But after the beat, I start listening to the words.
To the lyrics.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, I need some substance out of
Exactly,
this.
exactly. I'm gonna nod my head for a minute, and then I'm gonna be like, whoa, what am I nodding my head to? Like, what are they saying?
No, for real.
Push me to the edge on my friends is dead. What? I don't like it. That's what these kids is listening to. They be pushing
Oh, my friends heard that. They were like, stop it.
Right, like,
Don't
what?
speak that.
Right.
Cut it off.
Right, what are we doing
No.
here?
I don't like it.
No.
What happened to NSYNC and Britney Spears and things?
Okay, guys, we're gonna end here and wrap it up. And
This is another episode
of
of
ShoppeCast.
ShoppeCast.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Check it out.